All right, 7:12 right now. No matter how recently you may have started your career, it is never too early to start planning for retirement. Ramsey Wharton has more in this week's Smart Money Monday.
It's estimated that 75% of Americans expect to work during retirement. I know it's not what you want to hear, but there are some things that you can do to plan it all out. Want to introduce you to Wanda Sanchez. She's with the Bank of Hawaii. She's a trust officer with the Retirement Plan Services. Aloha.
Aloha. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Of course, the question most of us want to know is, how do you know whether you're going to need to work during retirement?
Whether or not you work during retirement is really a personal decision. It's based on your own health, your finances, and actually where you plan to live as well. You might decide to move after you retire, and the cost of living at that new location could affect your decision.
So once we decide that, then we have to figure out how and when we go about doing that. How do we start to save, or what?
Well, if you think about it, less than 50% of Americans have actually calculated what they need for retirement. So let's start from there. If you figure that you're going to live between 20 to 30 years after you retire, which is a pretty long time, okay, you need to estimate having at least 70% of your pre-retirement income. Now, if you're in a lower wage earning position, you might need 90% of your pre-retirement income to keep up with the lifestyle that you have been accustomed to.
Okay, some good information there. And there are several things that you'd like everybody to consider, because money affects a lot of things. Benefits, health insurance, all kinds of issues.
Right. So if you earn and decide to work after you retire and take a part-time job, it could affect your Social Security benefits. Also, too, it could put you in a higher tax bracket. And when you're budgeting, make sure that you budget on an after-tax basis versus a before-tax, because a lot of retirees make the mistake of budgeting on the gross income versus after taxes are taken out, because we don't want it to be where they are in risk of overspending. And then the last consideration is health coverage, because it's a huge consideration that we can't apply or actually qualify for Medicare until we hit age 65.
Thank you so much for those tips, Wanda. I appreciate it. We're going to put all that information up on our website at hawaiinewsnow.com.